Welcome to the 54th episode of the Can Learn Library here at the North Battleford Library. I hope you enjoyed our 3 revisits of prior episodes. I hope you found them fun to watch over again, or maybe it was your first time seeing them. So anyways, today we are going to make lemon poppy seed muffins. And it makes approximately 12 muffins. These lemon poppy seed muffins are light and fluffy and perfectly sweet. They have just the right amount of tartness from the lemon zest. So without further ado, we're going to look at what we're going to need. Here are the ingredients you're going to need. 2 cups of flour, 2 tablespoons of poppy seeds, that's 1 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, some salt. You're going to need 1/2 cup of unsalted butter. I found out that a stick of butter is actually 1/2 cup. That's kind of cool. I never knew that. We need a cup of sugar, 2 large eggs, the zest of a lemon, and this is another thing I didn't know because I've never zested lemon. It asks for the zest of 1 lemon, and that is just the rind. So from a medium-sized lemon, you're supposed to get 1 tablespoon of zest. I think mine's a little bigger than medium, so. And we also need 1 cup of vanilla-flavored yogurt, as well as, I forgot to mention, the vanilla. So without further ado, we shall make it. Okay, so the very first thing I did was I preheated my oven to 350 degrees, and I put muffin papers in, not realizing that my muffin container didn't need large, so I'm hoping that they'll still work with muffin papers that are a little bit bigger than my tin. So we'll see how that goes. So what we do first is we're going to mix our dry ingredients together. So we're going to take our flour, just put the flour in here. Then we're going to combine the poppy seeds. Now it seems like there's not a lot of poppy seeds, but I think once it's mixed through, it'll be fine. I've done poppy seed with soap and put too much, and then people complained about it being bumpy. So yeah, less is better sometimes. Okay, so then we're going to add our baking powder and our baking soda. Just make sure I got it all here. Alright. Got it all in there. We'll add our salt. It says to add, I think it was 1/2 teaspoon of salt, so not too much salt. So we'll put that over to the side. So we're going to mix that together, and then we're going to mix our liquid or wet ingredients, whichever you want to call it. So I'll put this off to the side, and we're going to cream the butter and the sugar together. Now I forgot my mixer at home, so I cheated a little and I melted my butter in the microwave, which you can do in a pinch. So we'll just put our sugar and butter, so it's going to be a little bit different as far as cream goes, but you got to do what you got to do. Alright, so we're going to just mix this, and then we're going to add 1 egg at a time. It's kind of different when it's melted as opposed to creaming it, but hey, I like this. It's faster. Okay, so we're going to add 1 egg and then beat. That going. mix the second egg in there. It's all mixed together. Now, I don't know if you remember Homac, if you took it. I remember muffins were something that had to be the dry ingredients in one, the wet in another, then you mixed them together, but you didn't mix them too much. Like you didn't, use the mix master really heavy on it, because they want it to be just barely mixed before you put it into your tins. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add the lemon zest. And our teaspoon of vanilla. Just going to do it like this. Okay, so mix that up together. It was really nice when you're zesting, which I think I might do more often, try things that have zest, because it really freshens a room up. The smell kind of lingers in your kitchen, or where, well, I guess you wouldn't be doing it in the bedroom, but it really gives a nice smell. Okay, so now that I've mixed all this, I just want to make sure all my zest gets into here, because that's going to really give it the flavor. I see. Okay, so now we are going to slowly mix this in. It says to do it with a mixer running on low speed. Add the dry ingredients in 2 additions, alternating with your yogurt. So we are going to do that. I think what I'll use is one of my cups. That way I won't add too much at a time. Okay, mix that in. I guess just so that the poppy seeds get incorporated. Because I've heard people say sometimes when they bake with some things, they all go to the bottom and everything's at the bottom. So maybe this is the way of keeping the poppy seeds right throughout the batter, instead of all sinking because they're a little heavier than your mixture. Okay, so let's see if we can get this. Okay, so that's one. Okay, guess I will just stop this for a minute, because I'll finish mixing it up and putting it in the tins. I'll show you what they look like before we put them in the oven. Okay, I filled the muffin pans, the muffin pan I guess, 2/3 full, and we're going to bake it for 18 to 20 minutes. Then we're going to let it cool, 5 to 10 minutes in the pan, and then just put it on a wire rack or on a plate or wherever you put things to cool. So we'll be back. Well, I'm letting them cool. I took them out of the pans after they cooled for 5 minutes, and then now I'm just going to let them cool on my plates. And they sure smell good. I can't wait to take a bite. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Can Learn Library. Feel free to try this. I think you might like it. And we'll see you next time. Take care.